Episode 25, Scruffy Chinwags, Kiwis in Melbourne. This is my long-haired ginger friend. What's your name?
Eddie Kiesanowski.
Now, we've heard that last name before somewhere, I swear.
Yeah, I'm not sure where. I've been watching all the podcasts.
Yeah.
I think it was somewhere in there.
Yeah, yeah. Now, we had your bloody brother on here, didn't we? That's right.
We did.
Cullen, that was back in episode 23, I do believe. Yeah, that was good. So this is his brother. This is the man himself. How you doing, man?
I'm good, 7 a.m.
Yeah. 7 a.m.
Yeah, it's drinking time, isn't it?
All right. It's the 1st of June here. We are having some beers. Cheers.
Beautiful.
Well, I haven't been drinking all of May myself. Yeah, I had a whole month off. Eddie was going to have a month off. What's up? What happened? What happened, mate?
Well, I'm a weak human being.
Right.
And, no, what happened was...
just to clarify quickly, so I just kind of do these monthly goals, and one of my monthly goals was no drinking for May, just like Dry July, except May. And a couple of boys got on board. Brogan got on board. Emma, my flatmate, got on board. And Jaden, who was on the podcast as well, got on board. That was it, us four.
Yeah, it was Susanna was going to.
Oh, yeah, Susanna pussied out as well. And then this guy pussied out too, the little bitch.
Well, I was... okay, see, in my head, I don't know if I was ever going to do it. Mm-hmm. But...
Here he goes.
Here's my logic behind it.
He's got some... He's going to rationalise it for us.
I'm going to rationalise the fuck out of this. So, it started off... You were going to do April.
Yes.
You were going to do April.
I was going to do sober April.
Sober April. Right.
Maybe it was March. I might have even been going to do March. Anyway.
It was April. It was April because Cullen was coming over.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, nah, don't do April.
Yeah.
Cullen's coming over. We've got to show him a good time in Melbourne. So don't do that. And you were like, oh, I've committed, man.
Yeah.
I'm committed. I'm going to do it. And I was like, well, me and Jaden are going to do no drinking May.
Yeah.
So you're going to be a loner, bro.
Yeah.
I was just trying to convince this guy.
Yeah.
Of course you took it seriously.
No. The real turning point was my brother came here.
Yes, but I think that me putting that idea in your head was where it got me. I was doing it.
It got the ball rolling.
Got the ball rolling that I was going to do it in May. And then I went to AURORA, which is a Norwegian.
I just
think
heard
she's
her
Norwegian.
the other day. Fuck, beautiful.
Beautiful voice. She's really funny as well, which was cool. Like, she talked in between songs and stuff.
Inter-song banter.
Inter-song banter was really good. But we went to that gig, and it was like the 3rd of May, and I went with Mim and Zane, and, the beers started coming out, and I went, wow, I won't do this May thing. And then I was like, had a couple of beers, not drinking, but, enjoying a beverage while watching a concert.
Lager.
Yeah, spirited lager. And then past that point, I didn't drink for a couple of weeks. And I was like, maybe I'll just...
But you got sick, right?
I did get sick. I suppose that...
Because I seen that. I found the whole situation so funny. Because I was in the mindset, it's like, fuck you, bro. You completely said you're going to do it. And then you said you're going to do it to Brogan.
Now, that was when... No, but so this is the thing, was Brogan messaged me, and then I was like... He was like, yeah, we're all doing this thing. And I was like, oh, shit. I might have to do it too now because I want to have no drinking buddies.
Yeah, right.
And then he was like, I thought you were doing it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, I wasn't really planning.
Didn't sign up.
Yeah, I didn't sign up officially.
But in me and Jaden's head, you most definitely had.
Exactly. And then I was like, wow, fuck, I've already failed. Because I drank on the 3rd.
Yeah.
And then, but I didn't drink I got sick. I didn't drink for a few weeks. And then it was
Yeah.
like, towards the end, I
So,
was like, oh.
so what's it like to be a liar, bro? Hey.
Hey, chief. Hey, buddy. What is it like to be a liar? It's just my life, man. I'm pretty used to it.
My life. I live with the.
I live with it,
pain every
man.
day.
I live with it. I'm a failed human being. No, it's fine. I didn't get drunk. I didn't get drunk the entire month.
No drunk May.
No drunk May. I
We'll
had a
change that
couple.
today, eh?
I had a couple of bevies. Yeah.
I did find it funny though. Well, funny is probably the wrong word, probably a bit nasty, but because you drunk and then you got sick for fucking ages. And then I was like, karma motherfucker. Karma
Yeah.
motherfucker.
No, I did get really sick. It was not good. I had to take a bunch of time
Yeah,
off
what-
work and all that.
What was wrong?
I'm horrified of needles. Didn't get a flu shot, so I guess that's.
I never
probably
get
it.
that shit either though.
Yeah.
Do you
You
reckon you just
probably
got it from the kids?
exercise and do things like that. So
Right.
I
You're not necessarily as worried about the health, so to speak. What's your sleeping been like? Yeah.
I mean,
physical
I tried.
activity,
The
your
sleeping
food?
went a little bit missed when I got sick, for sure.
Yeah.
But that also got super thrown off by visitors coming being over, and we've got another person staying with us at our house at the moment. So yeah, I mean, a few things, but I got really sick and just weird flu, I guess. Started with a sore throat, started getting real bad shakes and coughs and everything. Stayed sick for like 2 weeks,
Right.
over 2 weeks.
Did you go to the
Come
doctor?
right now. I didn't go to the doctor.
Mm.
No.
You just thought you'd try to let your body beat it? Or
Yeah.
just too lazy to go do it?
No, I've been to the doctor, but for other things. So,
It just wasn't that
well,
severe.
what are they going to do?
Yeah.
For
Well,
that?
Can't they give you
For
like
that?
antibiotics or some bullshit?
I don't know if I was that sick. See, I had a period I had to take a couple of days off work, and I was really sick there. Then I was sort of just lingering. And
Right.
so you go to the doctor, and they're going to go, okay, get some rest.
That would have been
vitamin
annoying to take
C.
time off work.
Yeah, it sucks. I hate taking time off work.
Because you're a contractor as well, eh? Or
Damn, so I don't get any
don't
sick
get
leave
sick
or anything
pay.
like that.
Yeah, same. That sucks. What? Just to let the people know, because the fucking medical system over here can be a bit of a bloody. I don't know. I haven't even tried to do anything. I've got a Medicare card, but
Yeah.
do you know much about this shit? Like how the doctor system works and stuff with Medicare?
It's good. So there's benefits. I mean, I don't know how good it is because you get free. You get to go to the doctor for free. So
Like a standard GP checkup.
yeah, so in New Zealand you got to pay $40 or whatever
Yeah,
it is to go
fucking
to the
stinger.
doctor every time just to go 10 minutes. That sucks. Over here you get to go to the doctor for free, but any prescriptions you have to pay for.
Yeah, right.
And so I think if you go
So
to
the
the
thing
right
that you need.
yeah, the thing that you need. And
But you
so in
can't
New
get it
Zealand,
once.
like no matter what you get, it's just $5, right?
I'm not sure.
Pretty
I'm not
well.
too sure.
Okay, maybe
In terms of the
I could
prescription,
be
you
wrong.
mean?
Prescription, yeah.
It's
So you go to the doctor, you
subsidised.
pay $45 or whatever to go to the doctor, and then you get your prescription, and you go to the chemist, and it costs you like $5, or maybe a bit more, but it's usually pretty cheap.
Okay, yep.
Over here, the doctor's free, but I think you pay more for your
The
drugs.
actual medication. Right.
So I mean, it's not heaps more. I mean, the Medicare is probably still a hell of a good deal, but
Yeah,
I've been to
right.
the doctor a few times, and it's been chill.
And it's pretty easy process. Like you just book in a doctor, any doctor you want, or
Yeah, I think you got to find like a bulk build place. There's a
Bulk
place around the
billing.
corner from our, well, yeah,
Oh,
about a
'cause I've
10-minute
seen-
drive from us.
when I initially looked up the ones like looking for a doctor, it said bulk billing, and I automatically did not think that that meant I could go for free. It sounds like I'm going to have to pay like a yearly sum. Bulk
No, I
billing.
think it's to do with you give them your Medicare number, and I think it's bulk billed through the subsidy or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know how it
To
works.
the government, I'm guessing.
Yeah, the government. Yeah, I guess so.
Right.
But I think anyone can get a Medicare.
So
card.
any doctor that has a bulk billing, you could go to as Medicare.
As far as I'm aware.
As far as
I,
you're
I
aware,
mean, you
yeah.
know, I'm
Don't
no
wanna
expert.
lead-
I'm
don't
no
wanna fucking
expert,
lead
but
people
yeah,
I, th-
I believe
that's
so.
what I've heard as well.
Yeah. Well, I go to a place that's bulk billing, and I have a Medicare card,
Yeah.
and I have not paid yet.
Right.
So either I'm running out the door before they can catch me, or that's the way it is.
Whereas a private practitioner would be different, right?
Yes. So, no, it is bulk billed because I had been referred to a place that wasn't bulk billing. And I would have to pay for that. So I didn't go.
What did you think the doctors were like here? Just the same as back home, or?
Yeah, man, I don't know. The place that I go to has 2 doctors, and I've been to both, and I really like one of them. So one of them is an old white dude, and I don't like him so much. He's just kind of like...
It's probably because he's white, bro.
Hardened up, mate. He's just one of those classic, like...
Oh, yeah, stern as a motherfucker.
You'll be okay. And the other guy's like a younger Persian dude, and he's really nice.
Okay.
His name's Arash. And
Shout out.
And he's cool, man. I like going to him. He's friendly.
Can
He's
you
always like,
request him?
yeah. Yes, you can, which is
Okay.
awesome. So when you book in, I'm always just like, my man, I want to
Right.
come see you.
Well, that's what I kind of wondered. The guy who's a bit less sympathetic, maybe. They must just get so many people coming to the doctors now because everyone can go for free. So like, fuck, may as well go get it checked at the doctors. So he must just get sick of like petty little problems. Like, I've got like this freckle, bro.
Yeah.
Is it cancer? No, it's a fucking freckle. Fuck
Yeah,
off.
I mean, like, don't they urge you to check that shit out, though?
I don't know.
I mean, I've never done that.
I don't know. If
I'm
it's a good
ginger, so I've
example.
got freckles, and I'll never
Freckles
know.
for Africa.
I'll die of cancer before I even understand.
I think it's more like the big moles that you have to go get checked.
Mm.
Yeah, the big grunters.
Big scary
But
boys.
that type of stuff. I imagine the doctors get just sick of the little things because it's all coming to them. You know,
Mm.
they
I mean,
have,
probably. It's the same as any job.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like the fact that it's free would mean that they're going to have more petty problems coming in. Because if you had a petty problem and the doctor costs, you're probably not going to go. You're probably
but-
going to wait till it eventuates to something.
I mean, man, in New Zealand, I wouldn't go to the doctor unless I knew I was in trouble, you know?
That's
Didn't
what I'm
matter
saying.
how sick I was, really.
That's what
I'd
I'm
be
saying.
sick for like a month, and I'd be like, no, I don't want to go to the doctor. It
yeah,
costs me $40.
You would just try and man
Yeah,
it out. Yeah.
yeah.
Fuck the $40 for 10 minutes.
Mm.
And half the time they just say, yep.
I'm
You're
going to
sick.
prescribe you some Panadol.
Yeah.
Take it every 4 hours.
I can buy that anywhere.
Exactly.
But yeah, so if I was a doctor, a doctor here, I reckon I'd get sick of that.
I'm just imagining what they come up with now. Like people come in just like, could be anything.
So people just go into the doctors for companionship now.
Yeah. So
Hey, I just wanted to talk, bro.
yeah,
So
I've got no friends, and like
10 minutes of talking.
10 minutes of talking would be pretty sweet right now.
The doctor could be like, fuck yeah. This is going to be
Sweet
chill.
ass.
You getting paid for this?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Starts a little podcast.
I wonder how that works because you don't pay for the doctor here. So, like, how do a general practice? Yeah, but I wonder if they get paid. Because generally, you seem to get paid more in Australia than you do in New Zealand, right? For most professions.
As a
So
rule of thumb.
as a rule of thumb, I would imagine from what I've heard. So I wonder how that works. Do the government pay as much as?
Do doctors get paid more?
Yeah,
here
do doctors
or
get?
back
Yeah,
home?
I wonder.
I
how
know.
that works.
Let's consult old mate Google. Hey Google, how much do doctors in Australia get paid?
On the website michkanankaro.com.au, they say, first of all, it helps to have a general idea of the figures that medical professionals can expect to earn. On average, that yearly amount can range from $100,000 to $400,000. To read more, look for the link in your Google Home app.
It's quite a range.
It's a big range.
Quite a range.
Fuck. It's
Oh.
still a lot of money, whatever it is.
That
I
is
don't
a
know
lot
if
of
that
money.
was specific to Australia. Let's try asking about New Zealand. Hey Google, how much do doctors make in New Zealand?
On the website healthstaffrecruitment.com.au, they say, the average doctor's salary in New Zealand varies with the seniority. For example, a resident can expect to earn up to $100,000 a year.
Up to.
Yeah, so
Okay, so
less.
the sort of the minimum in Australia seems to be the.
If Google's got that right,
That can't be right.
I feel
up
like
to
Google might have that
100,000
wrong.
I mean, what if you're a surgeon?
Yeah,
You're s-
maybe
I-
that's GP. I would have thought it would be over 100,000.
I'd definitely say it'd be more than 100,000.
Yeah, fuck you, girl.
You're wrong. You don't know.
I'll do some research, mate.
Yeah.
I'll add some links.
You know
in
what?
below.
Let's become doctors. We'll find out for ourselves.
Fuck, man. Fuck that shit. Honestly. Is it like, what, 8 years to study? I did 5, and that was fucking plenty. Oh, no, I did 4.
You did 4.
And that was plenty. I think it's 7 or 8 years to be a doctor.
Man, I did 3, and that was plenty.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. I look at like all the degrees that you could do. I'm probably overconfident, but I'm reasonably comfortable that I could be able to eventually complete most of the degrees there. Except for fucking med. Fuck that shit.
I couldn't do it, and I mean, a lot of people want to be doctors, and I understand why. I'm sure it'd be
it's
pretty
a fucking respectable profession.
be pretty fulfilling, being able to help people as a living.
It'd be
like that.
crazy as well.
I don't think I'd have the stomach for it. Yeah,
oh yeah.
I'm scared of getting a bloody blood test. I wouldn't be able to. Yeah.
That's true. Also, the hours, bro. Ridiculous. Like,
And the stress, man. Like, surely there's got to be a lot of stress involved in that.
I listened to that Joe Rogan podcast on sleep. Can't remember the dude that he did it with, but he was talking about how it's 1 in 20 surgeons will fuck up surgery just because they haven't had enough rest. And that's just from overwork. Which also suggests we don't have enough doctors. you
Yeah.
know, because they have to do such big hours. Or the really good doctors are probably they'll be in high demand. Naturally, it's going to be a Pareto distribution. Like all the good doctors are going to want to get. I don't want the fucking worst doctor to be doing the worst heart surgeon to be doing my heart surgery. I want the best one.
Well, yeah, and the scary thing is that there's always got to be a first time. You know, some like for surgeons, yeah, all right, you're gonna do life-threatening heart surgery. You know, if you don't get this right, this person could die. And it's your first time. You've never done it before. It's like, man,
That's
got
hella responsibility.
Yeah, imagine that.
It's hard to imagine. Like, I don't even know what type of feeling that would evoke.
Yeah.
Jesus
I don't know. You'd have
Christ.
to be super strong-willed and just headstrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you got to believe in yourself. Like, I know I've done enough study and I've researched this enough.
Well, I
that-
suppose that's why you have to fucking
Yeah.
practice.
Well, yeah.
For those heart surgeries, it's probably like 10.
yeah,
years of
it would
study.
be. I'd say, I think there is a minimum. I think there's like a 5-year. You got to do 5 years, and then I think you choose your. I don't know.
think it's
I'm
more,
talking
bro.
out my
I'm
arse
pretty
here.
sure
I thought it was
like,
7.
I think it's 7.
5 or 7, but then you
pick a
choose.
special.
Yeah, you pick your specialty, and then
Yeah.
you go down that route. But man, you'd want to be. You know, you'd want to be. You don't want to be like, right, there's your year diploma.
You would need to be
Get out into
confident
the field.
for sure. Right?
You know?
Because the funny thing is, with my degree, I'd studied performance and composition. At the end of my degree, I was like, I actually don't want to be a performer. Imagine that for a doctor.
Yeah.
Do your heart surgeon. Do your fucking 10 years or whatever. Don't actually want to be a heart surgeon.
Can I trade that $200,000 student loan in for something else?
Yeah. I'm actually kind of interested in philosophy. So, another degree.
You can be a doctor of philosophy.
Philosophical doctor.
Yeah.
It's going to cross over for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you still get that title of doctor.
Oh, man. How big was your loan?
I don't have a loan.
Parents?
I'm
Nice.
very fortunate.
Very fortunate. Well,
Very fortunate. And I'll, you know.
do you know how much
they'll-
your study was?
It wasn't heaps. I think.
It wasn't as much as a Targo A.
No. I think it was like $5,000 a year.
Okay. That's
So-
chill. That's chill.
And I wasn't going to study. The reason that my parents were, because I was like, I'm not going to study. I don't want a student loan. I'm going to be a musician. You know,
Yeah.
what do I need to study for? But I think I was sort of going towards the end of high school. All my friends were dropping out or going to do something else, changing schools. And I was like, man, what am I going to do? I don't know. And my parents could sense that and were like, what are you going to do after school? You know, I didn't want to go back for my last year of school because all my friends had left.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, I'm going to be a musician. And they were like, right. Which they were super supportive of that, by the way. They knew that, and they were, you know, always going to support me in that way. Then they were like, we get the idea you don't want to go back to school next year.
If we could hold it there for 1 second,
Mm-hmm.
when did you decide you wanted to be a musician? Like, at that point, or?
Man, I was pretty hooked on the idea since I was like 10 years old.
Right.
So,
Been brewing for a while.
yeah. I started playing guitar and I was like, this is sick.
When did you start playing guitar?
I got a guitar. I think I got a guitar when I was 9 for Christmas.
Yeah.
Got a guitar when I was 9 for Christmas, and then I got a few lessons at school, and then I sort of taught myself. Like I had a guy that used to teach every instrument in one big group. His name was Clary Light.
Okay.
He taught at the school, and then so he'd have drummers and keys players and guitarists and just everybody in one big room, and then he'd go around and be like, "You're gonna learn this chord," and then write it in your book. "You're gonna learn this," and then it was like up to you to go.
Right.
So it was solid way of making money for old Clary Light.
Yeah.
You know? Teach 30 kids at once, and then
just give them a chord.
just go around and give them the chord to learn. But I managed that it worked for me. I learned all my chords and stuff, and then I went to Canada when I was 10 because my grandmother was sick, and I went for 3 months. I didn't have a lot to do, so I sat in front of the computer and went on Chordie.com. You remember that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know if that's around anymore, but Chordie.com
Probably still
was my
floating.
jam, and just look up songs and learn how to play them. And I think that's when I sort of started. I just sing along with them as well.
Yeah, right.
So that was my
So,
introduction.
and that was
to-
when you started singing too?
Oh man, I'd always sung. I just didn't think of it as like
An actual thing.
as an actual thing. I just
It's
sing
like
along with
everyone
stuff.
sings, you know?
Yeah, I used to sing top of my lungs to Robbie Williams when I was a
Yeah,
kid, man. Loved Robbie Williams. Still
What
do.
song?
Still love Robbie Williams. Man, every Robbie Williams
Come on,
song.
you got to have a fave.
Man.
What was your favourite one to sing before 10?
I loved Angels.
Yeah.
I loved Angels, and I love Let Me
What a
Entertain
killer.
You.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But man, I got back on the Robbie buzz recently. Like,
Hey.
probably like,
Nostalgia.
probably a year ago,
Mm.
I'd say. I was like, I'm going to go and listen to Robbie Williams.
Yeah, right.
And it was like, he's so good.
yeah,
He's so good.
Yeah,
if he,
he's
if he
solid,
comes
man.
here, I'm going.
How
Like,
old is he?
I don't know. He'd be
Hey, Google. How old is Robbie Williams?
44.
Robbie Williams is 45 years old.
One off.
That's a good guess. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, anyway, so
Mm.
he was a big inspiration. You started singing and
Mhm.
playing guitar around 10,
Mhm.
and then you're in Canada, and then, so you'd always kind of wanted to be, well,
Yeah.
it's hard to know when you actually decided you want to be something, isn't it?
Man, when I was a kid, you had things. You had different things as you're growing up that you wanted to be. I used to like maths when I was really
Yeah.
young. It's
Yeah,
like,
right.
Mum, Dad, what job can I have that's you do maths in? They were like, I don't know, accountant. I was like, sweet, I want to be an accountant.
Yeah.
And then you get a bit older, and then you're like, fuck that. Or you're like, yeah. If you're an accountant, good on you. I don't think I could do it, but yeah. Then I played cricket when I was a kid, and I was like, I'll be a cricket player.
I've
That'll
still
be
been
sweet.
meaning to set up a game of BYC.
We've got to do that at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So really, and I think at that point it was either I want to play cricket or I want to be a musician. And then I got to high school, and then I started playing more music and less cricket. And then it was like, cricket is now gone. I stopped playing cricket because it was taking up my weekend, and
Yeah.
I wanted to jam with my friends. So I started playing more music, and then, yeah, I was super into it. I mean, I still am, but yeah, super into music
Yeah.
and just continued on that path. And then mum and dad were like, we can tell you don't want to go back to high school next year. If we were to pay for you to go to jazz school, would you go? Or jazz school, go study music. And I was like, yeah, that would be a good place to find a band, because I couldn't find any musicians at my
Yeah.
high school.
Yeah.
I had Zeke. It was me and Zeke just trying to find a drummer and a
And Zeke's
bass
the
player.
guitarist in your band.
Yeah, sorry, Zeke is the guitarist in
Your band.
my band Skelter.
He's
which
another Skeltorian.
haven't mentioned yet.
You've had Rob and you've had James. This is
Yep.
the lead singer guitarist of Skelter. So go check that out.
Probably should have said that a while ago.
Probably. We kind of
Yeah,
got into
so-
I kind of started criticizing you for being a shit cunt about not drinking, but
It's all right. That's
hey,
me.
we'll talk a bit more about Skelter later on. Let's carry down this path. So
Yeah, so
jazz school.
Jazz school. Yes. So yeah, all my friends left high school. I was on my own. I was bitter about it. I was like, man, I don't want to go back and try to find, a friend group to fit into that I wasn't, like I knew
weren't
everybody.
already
I knew
associated
everybody,
with.
but like everyone that I hung out with either had left or was going to go to Hagley.
All your top tier friends are
Um,
gone.
All my top tier
They
friends gone.
peeled
So I
off.
was like, man, I don't want to do this. So yeah, offer was there to go to jazz school. I wouldn't have gone.
So
If they didn't pay for it, I wouldn't have gone. So thank you for paying
thanks,
for it,
Eddie's
mum and dad.
dad.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, so jazz school, what's the actual institution? Because you're going there before you finish school, so you don't need UE, I'm gathering.
So the way I got let in with a special exception.
Ah,
So
okay.
I had to work the system a little bit. So you needed to have a certain amount. I think you did have to have UE, but there was a special entry thing. If you passed your audition, you could get a certain amount of level 2 credits and a certain amount of level 3 credits while you were still in.
While you're at jazz school?
No, while I was at high school. So the way I had
okay.
to do it was I had to pass level 2, but then I also had to get like 50 level 3 credits or something.
40, I think it is.
40 levels. I can't remember.
So your year
While
12
I
was
was
quite
in
hectic.
while I was in year 12. Well, I was very fortunate because I had teachers that were very supportive of my
Did you do-
musical endeavors.
Right, so you did a lot of music. third
Yeah,
year.
so I was sort of the
Your 13 papers.
well,
It's
man, my
hard to-
teachers gave me the credits.
Oh,
Seriously.
okay.
Honestly,
Okay.
I had this one teacher, Mrs. Robinson. Oh God, I hope I said that right. I was just thinking, Robertson? Mrs. Robinson? Oh, yeah. Anyway, she was awesome.
Robbo.
Yeah. And she helped me out big time.
Mm.
She knew that I was super into music, and she was like, "Yep, let's help you out to get in there." And she just found ways of giving me credits, and so did a lot of my other teachers too. But I remember she was just like, "Right, you don't do drama, but let's get you drama credits because you did this thing one time."
Yeah.
And like we'll just use that and say that it's for this, and so all of a sudden, I felt like I did fuck all, and they were just like, "Here you go, you've got all the credits. Let's go in there and get you an audition." And then I was really lucky, man. I just lucked out this whole thing, but I went in and to my audition for the music arts school, and my guitar teacher from I started getting guitar lessons from this guy privately when I was 10 years old until I was about 14, and then stopped. And then I show up to the audition, and he is the one. He is the one
The selecting.
selecting, or that I was doing my audition in front of.
Yeah.
And
And you didn't know that prior.
I think I'd been told that he teaches guitar, or he was the third year jazz guitarist or whatever.
All right.
Or that he was the guitar tutor. And I rocked up, and he was one of the guys I was doing my audition in front of. And I didn't really know what I was doing. I think I played Little Wing. I did like a improvised version of Little Wing halfway between Hendrix and Stevie Ray.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I sung a song. Yeah. And I was auditioning. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was auditioning for guitar, but then I sang a song as well. And I
Yeah.
was just like, I don't know. I
I was the same, bro.
could do stuff like this.
Yeah,
And
I
then-
auditioned when I did my audition. I did Purple Haze on guitar and I sung it,
Yeah.
and I played Enter Sandman on the drums.
Oh,
Yeah, and I
Nice.
played Hotel California on the bass and sang it.
right.
Yeah, so I did, and I played Classical Gas on the guitar, which is just like a finger picking one.
I know. Yeah, I know the song.
Yeah.
Is that you know, so you studied performance, right? Music
Mhm,
performance.
yeah.
Was that centered around one instrument, or
Yeah,
was
it was guitar.
right? So
But-
yeah, you took it a step further than I did and just went,
I went like,
look at me.
I can do it all, boy. But the reason I did that is because it was still, my line was we got put into bands.
Mm.
Like, so all the guitarists would get put into a different band.
Yeah.
And then all the vocalists, bassists, so on. But there was a surplus of guitarists, of course. Always a surplus of guitarists.
Always.
And they don't run this anymore. They don't do it like that anymore at Otago.
Right.
Because it never worked. Well, it did work, but it was starting not to work because there was a surplus of guitarists. No, not enough drummers, not enough bass players, not enough vocalists.
Mm.
So it just wasn't feasible. Because in my band projects in uni, I played bass and
Right.
did backup vocals,
Mm.
pretty much. Yeah, I think that's all I pretty
Yeah.
much did.
And
A little bit of guitar, and then you would also have your solo stuff that you did as well. So that
Yeah,
was all
yeah.
guitar. So my
Okay.
solo stuff was guitar.
okay, it was very similar. Like every year of jazz school, there was always heaps of guitarists. We had no drummers. I think there was a serious
Why is
lack
that?
of drummers and bass players and keys players. Man, it's just guitarists. There was guitarists and singers.
I don't think we had key players.
I was really pissed off because like a year or two above me had keys players. And I love keys players, man. I like keys.
Fuck yeah.
Keys so cool
so
and
hard up
synths
keys,
and
man.
everything, and you can just do everything. And like the years below had them, and then our year was just like,
Did
yeah, we're gonna give you like 30 guitar players and just go for gold.
make a symphony, bro.
Yeah. And so, I mean, a lot of the time it was like, oh, you know, can a guitar player play bass? And we've got no drummers, so you're going to have a band without a drummer.
Yeah, right.
And it just, you know, and it's not their fault. They just didn't have
Why
the numbers.
do you think it
but
is? Why do you think more people just think rock star, guitar? You know, you think like when people are growing up dreaming of being a musician, do you think they're mostly thinking like, I want to be a rock star and play guitar? Maybe that's changing now.
I'd almost say that it's guitar. Having a guitar in the house is kind of easy.
Cheap as well.
And how many people? Yeah, cheap.
And
So
still
you can buy
sounds
one.
decent,
You can
like-
buy one really cheap, and it's easy to teach yourself a couple of things, or to get a couple of guitar lessons, learn a couple of things. Everyone likes to.
But you could say
you
the
know.
same about keyboard.
Yes, you could, but I mean, keyboards are bigger. You know. Well, you can have a guitar on a stand in the corner of the room. You've got to have a spot for
Feels
a
like
keyboard.
it's a bit more practical, doesn't it? And
Yeah.
it's acoustic.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
keyboard you have to be able to plug in.
And it's easy to move around.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And like, man, the amount of people that just have a guitar in the house, and so you know, if they have kids
the
or
amount-
whatever, and it's like, oh, I want to pick up that guitar. It's like, oh, do you want to learn?
Yeah, yeah.
Why don't you let they do lessons at the school? Do you want to try it out?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, not for me. For me, it was
too true.
School of Rock.
Yeah, yeah, School of Rock.
For
sure.
School of
Pick a
Rock. And
destiny.
then Mum wouldn't let me play drums, so
Uh,
guitar it was.
and drums are so expensive.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Like you can't really.
kudos
you're
to
either
the
all in.
parents
Yeah.
that go, you know what, little
You want to do drums?
Jimmy,
We'll get you a
let's get
fucking
you, yeah.
$600 drum kit, and that's the cheapest one.
And we're gonna
least
have
you
a
can-
kid learning drums at home.
in the house.
Oh my god!
Electric drum kits, though, they've got to have changed that a little bit. Rogan paid $150 for those ones. That's pretty good. Like that's
Electric
doable.
drum kits are the way to go.
Surely, for
Man,
a
I
beginner's
taught
aid.
drums, and
But they're not as cool, eh? Like, if I was a kid and I got electric drums, I'd be like, I want to make fucking loud noises.
yeah, but also you've got like 100 different settings, and you can be like,
It's like a keyboard.
yeah, but that kind of sometimes works against you because kids go,
You don't
I
actually
want
learn it.
to just muck around with
I'm just
these.
gonna
But it's the
fuck
same on a
around, yeah.
keyboard. Like, man, I teach keyboard, and the amount of
exactly.
times, as soon as I look away, it's straight onto dance music. You know,
For
like
sure.
just pressing buttons and making noise.
I
so.
feel you. I feel you. Do you teach singing?
I don't teach singing over here. I used to teach singing in New Zealand. Yeah.
What's that like? I teach one person guitar and singing for a half-hour lesson, but so it's not as intense. It's just like shit. We'll quickly do a little warm up, and I'll kind of teach you some technique, and we'll do a song.
For me, it was super weird because my first teaching gig, I worked for a guy called Nolan, and he was awesome to work for, and he taught me a lot of things about, you know, what keeps kids interested in music rather than sticking to
A technical.
method? You know, sticking to a technical method and teaching certain things and maybe trying to get kids really proficient, really good, really fast. Whatever. He wasn't so much about that. He was like, are they having fun?
Yeah. Okay.
Are they enjoying themselves? Because if they're not enjoying themselves, they will get bored and stop playing.
Yeah.
So it's like he really focused on make the kids think you're cool and, you know, teach them songs that they'll like and things like that, and be funny and, you know, make them want to come to your music lesson. So that was that. And then he was also like, just teach everything. Doesn't matter. I was like, yeah, so I can play guitar and I can play bass and I can play, like, I can sing. And he was like, sweet as. So here's your first timetable. And I like look at it and it's like all drummers. And, and I was like, fuck, I don't know how to play drums. Like, I can play like a rock beat.
Yeah.
And he was like, you'll be sweet, man. Trust me, you know more than these kids. It'll be fine. You studied music. You know what you're doing. And I was like, fuck, okay.
He's right.
Yeah, and he did. He threw me in the deep end, but at the end of the day, he was right.
Yeah.
It was like, man.
Primary school kids are fucking stupid.
Yeah. If I'm trying to teach these kids a song, I can learn the song faster than they can.
Yeah.
So, you know, and that was all I needed to be able to do. Sorry, my ex-students. I actually got pretty decent at it, you know.
It was
after
good for
doing
me. It was more good for me.
It was good for me. I actually got pretty good at the drums, and same with keys, you know.
Yeah.
So it was really threw me in the deep end. Like, okay, you know how to read a bit of music. You know how to do this. You have rhythm. You can do everything. The one thing that did really catch me off guard was when Nolan was supposed to be coming in to a school that I was teaching at, and he used to come in to teach a couple of saxophone players. And then he texts me, and he's like, hey, bro, I'm tied up doing surfing lessons. I'm not going to be able to make it in. Can you teach my saxophone lesson for me? And I was like, seriously? I was like, bro, I know nothing about the saxophone. I wish I did. I love the saxophone, but I don't know a thing about the saxophone. And he was like, you'll be fine, man. Just Google it real quick. I was like, fuck. It was just like, oh, just run through the song with him and get him to do some warm-ups and all that. I was like, oh, man, I was stressing out about it. And then I get this kid, little girl comes in with her saxophone. And I'm like, sweet. Okay, so let's just do some things. Can you just play me like, I don't know, what if do you know any scales? Yeah. Can you just play me like a D major scale? And I'm holding my guitar. Like I'll run this off my guitar, like, and I'll just follow along on my guitar. I probably knew. I knew because I'd studied music, but I just hadn't thought about the fact that saxophone is like musically different than a guitar. Like a D on a saxophone is not a D on the guitar. Like it's tuned to E flat or whatever. B, I don't even know. See,
bullshit.
I don't even know what it is. I don't know, but you know what? It really screwed me over because I remember being like, wrong. You know?
Yeah.
You dumb kid.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "What do you mean?" Like, that wasn't her voice. That was Nolan's voice. She was just like, "That's right. What do you mean?" And I was like, "Yeah, totally. All right, let's run through your song." Yeah. It's like, oh my God. And I managed to get through the lesson, but, she could totally tell. I just had no idea what I was doing.
How old was she?
Like 9 maybe? 9 or 10? I don't know. But it was terrible. It was a complete shit show. And I remember
imagine much worse,
I text Nolan afterwards. I was like, I'm never doing that again, dude. Seriously. Don't make me do that again. He was just like, I'm sure it was fine, man. And then I was like, I can't. He asked me to do it another time. I was like, I can't, man. I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
I fucked it up so bad last time.
Surf. Like it.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Hey, we'll have a break. We'll come back at you with some Skelter banter.
Yeah.
We better get some catch-ups on the Skelter front. I don't think we've talked about that since Rob, so that was like... I don't know. Anyway.
Sometime.
Recommended tune.
This thing, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard off their
double whammy,
yeah, 2000.
Phoebe,
did she?
She did King Gizzard last week, but not that song.
Oh, no way, not that song? Okay.
Not that song, so that's fine.
Cool.
Double whammy from King Gizzy, eh?
King Gizzy. What song did she do? Do you know?
Sense,
right.
Is that
This
right?
is
Is that
off.
right?
Yeah, this is a tune off Fishing for Fishies, which
Oh,
is
okay,
an album they released this year.
They're coming here soon, right?
They are. I really got to get along. I mean, it's probably sold out, but
But you got to drop acid for that shit, don't you?
I probably. Man, and you know what? It's going to be fucked
That'd be
because
good, anyway.
they have such a range of music. They just released like a thrash metal song.
Oh, real?
So they released Fishing for Fishies, which was kind of like bluesy, chill, cool stuff. And then they released like this sick thrash metal song. It sounds like early Metallica.
Yeah.
Polar opposites.
Right.
Same, you wouldn't even.
They're not playing to any
You would
rules,
not think
these
it's
cunts.
the. No, I don't know.
They've
They just
released
do
like
whatever
12
they.
albums, haven't they?
They do whatever the fuck they want.
They're like
Seriously.
the Cora of Australia.
Crazier than that. They're just like.
Yeah, way more experimental than that.
They are just like. I could do whatever the fuck I want. I being the 7 of them there are, or however many people are in the band right now. But yeah, like, do whatever they want. Anyway, this thing, King Gizzard
This thing.
and the Lizard Wizard.
Let's go. See you soon. We are back. On the crack. King Gizzy, eh? Well, geez, we actually got a little bit exploratory there on the King Gizzy front.
Yeah.
And thrash metal was the new go for them, eh? Is that how you describe it?
I mean, I guess so. It reminds me
Bit
of
thrashy.
It reminds me of early Metallica.
Yeah, right.
You know,
Heck,
or even
it
like
comes, bro.
Motorhead.
Yeah, they really just fucking do what they want.
I know.
Good on them.
I reckon.
respect that.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, I respect
it's
that
cool.
shit, man. Like that's what as a musician, that's what I've always wanted to do.
I think they've been around long
it's just
enough,
hard.
and they've played. Yeah, I don't know how many albums they've got. Like 10 albums.
Well,
or something.
like you're saying, they would have established a following first, and then started to push the boundaries on like what they accept, and then they probably just found out their followers are like, just fucking do whatever you want, bro. Like,
there's people that will like some, the softer shit, and there's people that will like the heavy shit. There's people that like it all. So it's like, I don't know. They just do it, and
for sure.
people go along with it, and I think that's cool. I'll listen to it all.
In terms of Skelter's philosophy, what do you got running there? Because I mean, they're kind of just like we do. Their brand image is we do whatever the fuck we want.
I think they
What's
do that
Skelter?
now.
Yeah.
I think they built their way up
For
from,
sure.
from doing stuff.
That's the
So,
dream.
I mean, we write lots of different stuff. We write things that don't seem as though they
That never see the light of day
would-
as well.
yeah,
right?
they never see the light of day, or for the moment. Possibly they will. I think I don't know what we will do exactly, but we are probably going to do this thing that we're going to do,
Yeah.
which is all sort of
You got something in the works right now.
we got something in the works right now.
Well, just quickly, when can we expect to get ears on that? If you can disclose that. Feel free not to.
Oh, I wonder if I can. Dates have been set
This year?
this year.
This year. Okay, so
Yeah.
in the second half of this year, probably.
Second half of this year, you will hear new Skelter
Awesome.
for sure.
Sick.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
I
is
think-
there anything else we can know about that project?
Yep. You will know. What can I say? I wonder. It's gonna be quite different
Okay.
from anybody who. Well, if you go and listen to Skelter, what we will be doing will be quite a different buzz than what has been done previously.
Okay, so you're kind of rebranding yourself a little bit?
Yeah, well, we haven't released any music for probably coming up 2 years.
Shit.
Close to 2 years.
That's a long fucking time.
It is a
bro.
long time. So we moved to Melbourne start of 2018.
Mhm.
We released an EP end of 2017. And music in Melbourne is very different.
Right.
You're exposed to a lot of different types of music, and over the course of that
last
sort of
year.
the last year and a bit, I'd say my entire musical
taste
library
Yeah.
has changed. I'm listening to music that I never even knew of when I was living in New Zealand. I was being
sure.
exposed to a lot more. So, and that naturally just changes the way
Do you
that
think
you
that
write
the
music.
Do you think the geographical change has been a big driver of that, or do you think it's just because it's been 2 years, you've been older, and you've just listened to new music, you've actually went out seeking new music, just naturally occurred?
Geographical for sure.
Real.
For sure, yeah. I mean, none of the bands that.
In terms of the bands that you did listen to, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like when I was living in New Zealand, my musical taste was way narrower, and that's probably because I used to listen to like 2 radio stations, and
I think that also comes with age.
does come with age, but even in how I would discover music on Spotify and stuff, the way that playlists are curated is off what you've been listening to.
Yeah, but
and
like
suggestions around that.
that's only just started happening, really.
Yeah, but even like, man, I was still using my Discover Weekly in New Zealand. And
For sure.
My
for sure.
daily mixes.
I'm sure the
and-
algorithms are
Yeah.
a lot better now. But yeah.
But
there's a lot of
I am
variables.
fairly certain that they take into account where you are as well.
For sure.
So
Yeah, that's true.
they go, I'm going to give you local music. And it's so much local music, man. Listen to a lot of local music. And
And did you also feel like you should listen to local music?
definitely, I wanted to get myself really immersed in the Melbourne music scene. But a lot of the time, because Melbourne's a really big city, you don't, you'll be listening to something, you don't even realize they're a Melbourne band because you've never heard of them. And you haven't seen them advertised around, and then you look into them and you're like, oh shit,
Oh,
these guys live in St Kilda.
they
It's
live
like-
two houses down.
yeah,
from me.
exactly. So I think that's really cool. And going out to see live music is super easy, and that's a great way to
I've almost started to take it for granted as well.
totally.
Should we go to a gig? It's like, I guess.
Yeah.
But like back home, it was like, there's a gig on.
Yeah.
There's a fucking gig on.
There's a
bro.
gig on tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's always
Yeah.
gigs on.
Overload.
Overload for sure. Like sometimes you only hear about it when it's too late.
Mm.
So, but yeah, so much more music, and a really different type of music too. It's crazy how,
Well, different types.
types.
Yeah.
Different types of music. I think there is a sound over here that in New Zealand, as far as I'm aware,
Isn't even
was
alive.
not as. I mean, yeah. To my understanding, is not alive. I'm sure it is. I'm sure
There's experimentation.
There's
going over
heaps
here.
of people in New Zealand probably that listen to the same shit that are going,
I'm sure.
what do you mean?
I'm
But
sure.
I wasn't aware of it. So,
Well, it would seem as a rule of thumb then, right? Because if you're not aware of it,
yeah, I just feel like my personal musical library has just gone
Yeah.
since moving here. I'm listening to way more.
that's cool, man. I
Yeah.
think that's crucial for any aspiring artist.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be able to. A good artist can cross boundaries and mold the boundaries together without people necessarily knowing that they're doing that.
Yeah,
If you know what I mean, like someone who can combine rock with, this is just an extravagant example,
Yeah.
who can cross the boundary between rock and classical and make it work without people actually knowing that they've done that. And the artist himself probably doesn't even really know what they've done there. It's just taking the influences, meshing them together and being like, this is my artistic representation of the world in a musical form. What do you guys think?
exactly. And honestly, I think for us as a band, for Skelter, that's why it has taken us so long to get something out to the world, is because it really has taken this year and a half for us to figure out what the hell we're doing.
Yeah, right.
Honestly, like where we were when we came to Melbourne has completely changed now. And it's not through us going, oh, we want to, we did want to change. But we wanted to just do our thing over here and use Melbourne's influences and all that as ways of making new music. But it was much more than that. It was sort of, this year has, everything that we've done in this year and everything, all the bands that we've seen, everything that we listen to, the whole way of life has really changed how our music's turned out just naturally. We didn't try.
Yeah.
Like
I feel you.
we when we were starting, we've
adopted what you
written
like.
music the whole way along. When we landed down in Melbourne, it was like, sweet, let's write some songs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because you listen to those and then you listen to what we're writing now, and it's like, holy shit,
that's your artistic
that's
journey
so
right
different.
there.
Yeah, it's so different.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that's
man.
super cool, but we're really happy with, what we're doing now. And
Yeah, man, I'm super excited
Yeah.
to hear this new stuff.
Me too.
So keen. Yeah. Just to kind of a similar note, but kind of a more broad scale, I would say. Everything we said it before. It's overwhelming how much music there is now. And I'm going to take that to the next level. Let's say it's flooded everything in terms of the technological climate. Because you think about 20, 30, 50 years ago, whatever. You could go to school and be like, oh, did you hear the newest song? And everyone would be like, yeah, I heard the newest song. But you can't go to school now and be like, did you hear the newest song? They'll be like, the fuck, what newest song? There's 20,000 songs getting uploaded to Spotify every day, bro. Like, what song are you talking about? So there's a fucking massive amount of art getting dispersed into the world and TV and all that jazz. Like, you can't be like, oh, have you seen the latest cat video on YouTube? People will be like, what latest cat video?
dude, even TV series.
Exactly, same thing.
Yeah.
And like people, and maybe that damages us in a certain way in terms of community, because we used to all watch the same TV channels. Like,
Yeah.
did you watch the movie on Channel 2 last night? Did you watch The Hulk for the first time or whatever?
Yeah.
And you could go to school the next day and everyone could be like, oh my gosh, you could talk about it and stuff. But now you can't
Yeah.
really do that. You can't be like, it's almost a stupid question. Well, when I ask someone, oh, have you watched blah, blah, fill the blank, I'm almost always expecting no.
Yeah.
Or have you heard of this song, band, fill the blank?
Yeah.
I'm expecting no, just because there's a fucking surplus.
There is heaps. I mean, there's exceptions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you say like Game of Thrones or like
There is.
Marvel series.
Still
or,
that Pareto distribution going on. Like,
Yeah.
those ones that have sussed it fucking out. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're right. There's so much. I mean, you are surprised when because you think, well, I think these days I would listen to somebody and I'm surprised if I say, oh, have you heard this band? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, what?
And you feel a real connection. You're like,
I'm like,
fuck it,
yes,
this guy.
yes. Yeah. I mean, a while ago, like 2 days ago, Jaden said, friend of ours, Jaden said, can you make me a playlist? I want some new music to listen to. Make me a playlist. I'll make you one. I was like, sweet, let's go. I'll just make a playlist. And I was going through like, fuck, what do I put on this playlist? There's so much shit. I ended up just going through my daily mixes and just being like, all right, this shows what I listen to a lot. And things similar, I just go through and be like, okay, that song's cool. That song's cool. I don't know. And a lot of variation too. I feel like when I was living in New Zealand, I used to listen to the same shit.
Well, we used to get given our music.
Yeah.
I feel we get to choose our music.
That is almost like what you're talking about before. And that's not a New Zealand thing. Maybe
it's a world thing.
But it's a moving forward and technology advancing thing. But
yeah,
I used to listen to what was on the radio.
And MTV.
I listened to old school shit. I listened to a lot of old music. I feel like now
Totally.
I listen to all new music.
Right.
I mean, obviously I still love the classics.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to go and listen to music, I'm like, what new? What new is out?
Yeah,
so I'll be like, oh, new album. I'm constantly getting things because I follow a lot of people on Spotify and shit.
Why do you think that is? Do you think that's because of the medium that you're listening through? Like the whole New Music Friday thing with Spotify and stuff? Or what else? Like, I'm sure there's a lot of variables.
Yeah.
in this.
I think like Triple J as well.
Right.
I've discovered a few different artists off Triple J just from. I don't listen to Triple J all the time, but
Triple J's radio station, by the way. Just
yes.
radio in general.
Yeah, radio.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, I mostly just listen to Triple J if I'm not listening to Spotify, but they quite often do like releases of songs or first, before a single's released or an album's released or whatever, and they do live stuff as well. So if I just chuck that on and hear like I don't know that day, sometimes you'll turn on the radio and it'll be like, okay, we're playing, I don't know, an Alex Leahy concert from 2015. They'll just play a concert from Splendor in the Park or from wherever.
Splendor in the Grass.
That's the one, Splendor in the Grass. Shit, look at me. Or from the Forum or something.
Yeah,
and it's like, that's super cool. All right, a live thing.
Yeah,
right,
for sure.
I'm going to look that person up.
And Like a Version's really cool as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I feel like there's just a lot of local support for music over here, which is really cool.
There's at least more, Like,
yeah.
It feels like.
Not to bag. I mean, New Zealand have some really cool things set out as well. I think it's just.
And there's a smaller music scene over there.
It's a smaller scene.
It's
there's
easier
less
to
people
support over here.
Yeah.
Because there is way more music here.
There's so much more. I think Melbourne is the biggest city in the world for live music.
It is. It's the live music capital of the world. Yeah.
Yeah. So
per capita, it has the most live music venues.
So I mean,
which is fucking cool. Cool.
It's fucking great.
Something I wanted to talk to you about was it's along the same line. So we obviously both enjoy going to gigs a lot. Here. What is it like having a hair like yours? Because you have hectic hair.
I do, man. I'm in desperate need of a haircut. My hair is so damaged. It's bad. Like put it this way. This hair has not been cut since I've moved.
Hey.
I've been here since
January
2018, and I have not had it.
She's old. She's old. She's old.
She's dead. I'll be bald within like 6 months.
I don't think it works like that, but yeah.
No, yeah.
How much fun is it? How long have you had long hair?
When I say
long, I'm meaning like once it touches your shoulders.
Once it touches my shoulders. I've had various. I had semi-long hair. I used to when I got to high school. I think I started growing my hair out a little bit. It was sort of a wee bit longer, and then I used to straighten it.
Yeah,
Super-
nice
I was-
one.
Super cool.
That emo.
Yeah, super cool. And I used to straighten my hair. And then I think I got to probably 15. I stopped doing that.
Hold up one second. Hey, Brogan. I don't think they know Mims here.
Oh, she's on the phone, isn't she?
Okay.
I'm pretty sure she's on the phone.
Okay, carry on.
Anyway, yep, till about 15, I started, because I had these, my hair's really weird. It's really, I got like ringlets when it's, but I mean, it's sort of curly now anyway. But when it's really short, these are really frizzy bits here, would just out the side. So they'd go
Afro.
really fucking strange, man. The rest of my hair would sit sort of wavy like this, and then I had these really
The
frizzy
stuff by
bits.
your eyes would just get real
Yeah,
frizzy.
that would just sort of stick out. And so I used to try to straighten it to get around that. And then I think I got to the point where it was starting to get long enough that I didn't have to straighten it anymore. And I just kept growing it out. And it's weird because I feel like it's always been this length, but then I'll go and look at a photo from, 4 years ago and it was sitting at my shoulders or something.
Right,
And then I look at it now and I'm like, oh man, I need a haircut. But
Where is it reaching? Is it reaching like mid back?
probably, should we look at this?
Yeah, go on.
Now the camera won't. Good.
We're just past mid back, really. Yeah, there's one of the big fuckers. Look at the size. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's pretty big. I'm at about. What am I at?
You're pretty long. Pretty long. You're at about.
Yeah.
You're sitting probably.
just above mid back, really.
Yeah. I need to cut mine, but I'm really scared of haircuts. I've always been scared of haircuts because.
Well, I just don't know what to do.
Well, exactly. And the thing is, I'll go in and say, my hair is damaged. Please cut it until it is not. And I
Yeah.
know that it's just going to go so short.
Yeah,
Because it's so
yeah.
damaged, it's going to be like, right, we're going to cut half of it off.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go. And it probably won't look that bad, but it'll be so different that I'll panic about it. I'm not good
Yeah.
with change. I've never been good with change.
Right.
So,
Right. That's the underlying theme.
yeah. Yep. So that'll be interesting.
But-
the day will come.
Performing wise, with long hair.
Right.
With like long hair, like what you got at the moment.
Oh, man, you know what?
What's the difference?
Difference is...
Or rocking out of the gig. I mean,
Yeah.
same.
Okay,
thing.
it's good for headbanging,
yeah.
right? You can swing your hair around. It's cool. I personally just like the look of long hair.
Mhm.
However, there are downsides for sure.
No doubt.
No doubt. When my hair is to the point now, it's so long now that it actually hangs on my guitar strings.
Oh,
So, like
fuck.
if I...
You need to drop that
Here's
strap.
a guitar here. If I'm sitting down...
Yeah, it's you got it. Oh, but
Yeah, but sometimes, you're not paying attention.
I feel you.
I'm not saying it's talking into the mic now, but
If you're not paying attention,
if you're not
then-
paying attention. And
especially when you're drunky.
when you're playing a gig, I used to hold my guitar down quite low. I am playing a different guitar now.
Bring her up high. What
so
type
I
of guitar?
brought it. I am playing like a jazz master now,
All right.
rather than a Les Paul. I used to hold a Les Paul really low down, like a rock and roller.
What do you prefer?
You know what? At the moment, I really enjoy the jazz master because it's new and it's different.
Yeah. Okay.
I love both of
So
them.
more for the new and the different than the fact that it's a certain type of guitar.
Man, I'd have to really do my time with both guitars.
Yeah.
I played my Les Paul for like 3 years. I'll still play the Les Paul. It's a great guitar. Both guitarists in Skelter were playing Les Pauls.
Just for people who don't understand, Les Paul would be like, if you know Slash from Guns N' Roses,
yeah,
that's
so-
like a Les
yeah,
Paul.
that's a Les Paul.
And a
that's
Jazz
great.
Master.
Jazz Master.
Who the fuck
Um,
plays a Jazz Master? That's like very
That's-
well known.
Yeah, I'm trying to
don't
think. I know people who play Jazz Masters, but
I think of someone. I'll put a link.
yeah, put a link. That'll be easier. It's a cool looking guitar. It's like
Yeah,
a
this is sexy.
they're sort of they're not your standard shape. I'd say most people recognize a Les Paul or a Strat or a
Yeah.
Tally.
Probably the Strat and Les Paul more.
Yeah, Strat and Les Paul. I mean, for guitarists, Jazzmaster is sort of like a standard shape now also.
Yeah,
I'd
right.
say, but maybe to somebody who
Would you say
is...
they're the 4 standards?
As
What else is there?
a guitarist, I'm like, unless it's really weird, I'm like, yeah, I know that shape. Yeah, that's a standard.
What else is there though?
Like
Les
a 3-3-5
Paul.
shape.
What's that? I don't know that.
You don't know that shape? Like
No.
a
Is that like the big
the
fuckers?
big boy, like a
Okay,
big,
okay,
BB
yeah.
King.
Like a Grish.
He didn't a Gretsch.
Is that what it is?
A
Or is
Gretsch.
that something different?
That's different. It's
Okay.
but similar.
See, I don't actually know a lot about guitars, so to speak.
Right.
The actual
I'd say a Telecaster is.
physicality of
A lot of people play Tele.
Yeah, because I would say the 4 mains are Tally, Jazzmaster, Strat, and Les Paul.
Well, see, because you've got Jazzmaster and a Jaguar, which are very similar.
Mm,
Shape wise,
I don't know what
Prim-
Jaguar is.
it's the same shape as a Jazzmaster,
Okay.
but it's got different pickups and it's got like
Right.
chrome bits, and it looks different if you put them side by side, but
They got it.
shape wise, they got it. There you go. Yeah, shape wise, very similar. So, Kurt Cobain played a left-handed Jaguar, which is a very similar shape to a
okay.
Jazzmaster.
Yep.
So that might
There you go.
give
That's good.
That's
good.
Yeah, there you go.
That's good.
I'm sure I'm gonna finish this and go, oh fuck that. Yeah, that person plays a Jazzmaster.
I lost where we're at.
Guitars. Oh, here. Why hair is annoying? Or what's it like having long hair playing? Okay, this is the worst thing. Being a singer with long hair, when you play a gig where it gets really hot and sweaty, and you are headbanging around, your hair goes everywhere.
With you.
There has been times where I am quite an energetic singer, so I scream or do big loud notes, and I'll breathe in and I'll inhale my hair and just like
Does it go right into your throat?
there has been times where it has, and I've gone, oh my god, and I've had to pull it
like
it
a
out.
noodle.
It's really gross, man. It's really gross, and it's awful. It hasn't happened a lot, but it has happened, and
At least you look like a rock star, though.
yeah, well, I'm gagging over it. Yeah.
Try to get this bit of hair out your throat.
Yeah.
Sorry, boys. Gonna have to stop the gig for a second.
Yeah, but it does. It gets in your mouth and stuff too sometimes when you're really going at it. So maybe, 2 options. Cut the hair. Well, a little bit. I don't think I'll cut it short until I get to the point where it looks really sad that I keep trying to grow it.
I feel you.
If it starts falling out. But maybe I've just got to try a style where it's away from my mouth, or I got to take it easy on the headbanging. Who knows?
Yep. I feel you. Funner though. Like all in all, I think that long hair is funner at gigs.
Totally. I'm in no rush to cut my hair.
Yeah.
I would really. I would.
I've been contemplating it myself.
You've been contemplating
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah, I've been contemplating it for sure. But I just don't know what to do.
Right. If you weren't, what?
If I wasn't long haired, what's the alternative? So I'm just I'm not that phased about changing it.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'll keep that bitch.
I don't think I'll change until. I might try a different style.
Ever.
I will look the
No,
same
I'm
my
fucking happy,
entire
bro.
life. No, I will. I'm sure I will.
No doubt. No
Sure I
doubt.
will. But I
The
think I'll have
like I say, there's
longish hair until I.
You know what?
can
I
no longer
find
get
the
away
worst
with it.
thing. The worst thing about longest hair for me is that when I wake up and I'm dusty, hungover, and I've had quite a shitty sleep. I move around a lot more when I'm drunk and I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
and I'll wake up and my hair will be. I'll wake up and I'll be fucking all up in my face. I'm like, fuck off, just fuck off, cunt. But it's already kind of set in that little weird position that I slept in.
You gotta sleep. You gotta sleep. You gotta shower.
You do.
I cannot.
But I hate showering when I'm dusty.
Cold shower.
Yeah.
Dude. Okay, so
I like the aftermath of the shower. I don't like getting in the shower.
the only way I can have a shower when I'm hungover is cold shower, or
Interesting.
maybe not completely cold, but not hot.
I'm so on the cold buzz. Like I cold shower every morning.
I know you do.
Finish with it. Love it.
I know you do. I am not on the cold buzz. I am very
Just the dusty cold.
man. When I'm dusty, a hot shower makes it worse. You like feel like you're gonna pass out if you're really dusty.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm on that.
for me, it, honestly, cold shower feels amazing. It feels like
It does.
you're
It's the same
like-
as jumping
yeah.
in a lake, eh?
Yeah, totally. It's like you feel fucked up, and then you jump in the shower in a cold shower, and then all of a sudden you feel like, I feel like I can get through this
Fresh.
now. I
Fresh
feel like
is
I
the
can get
word,
through this.
right?
Yeah, it's like you've just eaten a piece of 5 gum.
What's that fucking
know those ads
face-
where they-
What's that Family Guy one where they take the piss out of that? When I eat something so rather, I feel like I'm on top of the mountains.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
on top of the world. Then you get stuck there.
Yeah, but it is that feel. I mean, like, oh shit, you don't feel good in the morning after a large night out. Cold shower helps. That's a top tip. If you,
Or you wake up still drunk.
yeah,
When you wake up still drunk, you're like, okay, get up and stay drunk. But like, for me, doesn't necessarily mean I have to stay, I have to keep drinking.
right.
Just means like, okay, I'm still drunk, I'm not hungover yet. What should I do to ensure I don't get a hangover? Let's eat some food, let's smash some fucking water, let's smoke some weed. Let's go. Let's just ride this shit out. You can have a good day. This can be a fun day.
Well, you're not going to have a productive day.
No. It can be a fun day. It can be a fun day.
A fun day. Yeah.
But it's dangerous.
It's super dangerous because you wake up and my problem is I wake up and I go, man, I feel all right. And I almost don't realize that I'm still, half cut.
Yeah.
And then you get up and you're like, "Ooh." And then, I don't know, wait it out a bit and then go, oh.
Yeah. Couple hours.
Come the afternoon and you're like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
That's
So-
you've really gotta smack your water there, kids. Like
How important is that right before you go to bed? Or man, I've noticed you really got to pull ladies. You got to pull late. My girlfriend is going to kill me for that. No, pull late ones,
Yeah.
not ladies.
So that
pull
you
late.
actually stay up late
Yeah.
enough to get sick of drinking.
Yeah, so you come
Drinking
home, you say you come
alcohol.
home at 2 a.m,
Mhm.
right? You're wasted. Give yourself like an hour to 2 hours to not be drinking.
Yeah.
So you've stopped drinking. Have some waters. Have some yarns. You're still on a good buzz. Start drinking water and just keep yarning and stay up a little bit and give yourself a bit of time to
And
drink
it's
that
still gonna be
water.
fun.
Still going to be fun because you're already on that buzz. But if you get home after drinking all night and go to sleep straight away, without eating food, without drinking water, you wake up feeling like shit.
I
Of
feel
course
you.
are. But if you give yourself a bit of time, all right, here comes the but. Go, hit me.
But sometimes I just want to go to sleep. And you do not have actual control over yourself when you're drunk, right?
Yeah.
If you get home, like there's some points when I'm coming home and I'm already falling asleep before I've gotten the Uber.
Yeah,
You know?
no, I feel you.
And like at that point, I don't think there's any point in trying to stay up. I think you're better off getting into your bed, or else you're gonna pass out you're just gonna pass out somewhere that isn't your bed.
Mm.
And you want to be in your bed because you're gonna. Otherwise, if you pass out on the couch or on the floor, for that matter, you're gonna wake up at some ridiculous hour and hate everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Everything's gonna suck. Like, fuck off, everyone fuck off. And then you're gonna have to just go get in your bed. So,
I think there's exceptions to the rule.
yeah,
If
yeah,
you're too
for
fucked
sure.
up and you can't stay up, then obviously, but that's your own fault.
That is your own
You've now
fault.
got to deal with the repercussions.
I normally get there though. That's the only
Yeah.
problem.
You're good at it though.
At what?
Getting to that point.
Oh, I'm really good at it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if you guys, if anyone wants to learn how to get to that point, like, just do it, bro. Just fucking do it. Wine, bro.
Just do it. Just drink wine. Just drink red wine.
You know what? I think we should do a curious question because I forgot to do that at the start of this section. I was meant to do a curious question with you.
Go on. Hit me.
Okay. And then we better close her out soon. I think we're getting to that point.
Yeah.
Here's my curious question.
Okay.
How much does privacy matter? On a scale of 1 to 10.
In what degree?
What do you mean?
Like privacy.
I would say if you want to define privacy.
Yeah. I'm more talking about like, do you mean privacy like, I don't know, Facebook going through your shit, or like the government's watching me, or do you mean privacy as in like I need some alone time to be away from people?
Let's just do the I need to be away from people, like actually alone time.
Cool. Important. I think very important.
Scale 1 to 10. And obviously it changes for everyone.
Obviously it changes for me. I think important, man. Like 9.
Yeah.
To have, like really important to have some time to actually be alone with yourself, to think things through.
Why?
Why? I think if you're around people all the time,
or a person for that matter.
or a person,
yeah,
or just
if you're not alone.
Yeah, if you're not alone, it really it is hard to just think about things, or for me, to think. I really think having some alone time is important because it allows you to think about your own life and not have an outside opinion, just for you to think about things.
Yeah.
If you want to work on things, or if you've got ambitions, I think it's really important to have some alone time so that you can work on those things. Really hard to get things accomplished when there's people around all the time.
Well, yes and no.
Yes, it depends what you do.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you need people around to get certain things done as well.
Of course, for sure. And saying that, the complete opposite's really important as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
but I think you got to have a good balance. So for me, like a lot of my alone time.
What would the balance look like then? If you're talking in percentages, alone to not alone. What would be your what would be your ideal if you could program that into a system? What would the percentage be? If you get where I'm coming from.
For like strictly alone time versus, I guess, and what if we're talking about like
and sleep doesn't
in like
count.
a week? Sleep doesn't count. Yeah, so like a week. What percentage of time do you spend alone? Maybe like 20% alone.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. I would say would be, obviously it depends on what situation you're in.
Totally,
of course.
for sure.
For me, I would say because I live in a house with 7 people currently.
Yeah.
So
and your girlfriend.
And I have a girlfriend who I live with, who I share a room with. So, I think
like your main alone time will be driving to work.
Yeah, driving is really important to me. I get a lot of writing done driving. I spend a lot of time in my own head when I'm doing that.
Yeah.
So, and then when my girlfriend is working, that again is time where I can think things through and think. It's really hard to do things when you can be interrupted.
Yeah, right.
And living with a bunch of people, that
enables that.
Yeah, enables that. And I think
for the
also,
better and for the worse.
Also, when moving to Melbourne is when I probably discovered the importance of that alone time, because for the first 2 months, we didn't have our own house, and we were all we were sleeping in a tent.
Yeah,
Like there was we were really craving our own space.
Yeah.
Our alone time was non-existent. So it was like,
Even just your own room.
our own
Just
own
the way to
room.
close the door on everyone else.
Yeah, just to having your own room, just to be like, right, leave me alone now. I love you, but
Yeah, man. Like,
because
it's
I love
unlocking your inner introvert.
Yeah, and I don't think it's. I think it's really good to be around people too, and you get a lot out of that.
Oh, for
but I think
sure.
it's
a
important to have
requirement.
a wee bit of time to yourself. In sentence, I suppose.
Yeah.
That's
Cool
yeah.
stuff. Well, like you were saying, you discovered that when you moved away. Throughout my whole university life, we always, well, for me, I was always around people unless I was sleeping, pretty much.
right.
Like, we hung out in the lounge, and then we would go sleep in our rooms. The time we'd spend alone was when we would study,
Yep.
pretty much, like, if you would call that alone time, but it's not really alone time, it's study time.
Yeah.
It's kind of different, but anyway, I discovered the perks of alone time when I moved to Kaitaia, and that was when I realized I actually really enjoyed being by myself.
Yeah.
But I think you can only be by. Oh, that's wrong, probably too. I was gonna say I think you can only be by yourself if you enjoy being by yourself, but I'm gonna change that to say I think you've got to learn how to be by yourself. Like, you've got to learn the most effective way to be by yourself. Like, it kind of comes back to the meditation bullshit, which I'm not hard up, but that's giving time to yourself. I think you've got to treat the time when it's just you. You got to treat that time like you would treat a meditation, as though it's for yourself. It's caring for yourself, as though it's purposeful.
That's actually a really good point.
Right.
I think that is actually
Good.
a really
I
good
really
point.
struggled with trying to articulate.
No, I understood what you're saying, because it is really easy to turn that alone time into a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like, I've spent a lot of time alone also in my past, and use that time really poorly. I think I appreciate it now because I have less of it.
Right.
I have less alone time, so when I do have alone time, I'm like, shit, I got to use this efficiently.
I want to make.
I
most
don't
of
want to
this.
just sit here and watch Netflix, which can be fine, but
which has its place.
It totally has its place. But I mean, I'm sure everybody's been through, I'm going to sit and watch Netflix for like 2 weeks, and I've definitely, and when you don't have a whole lot of alone time, it's like, right, I don't want to waste my alone time.
Yeah.
It's like, especially as a musician or a creative person, I think that there is a big difference between creating with another person and creating by yourself. And
For
I think they
sure.
are both really important. And
agreed.
there are certain things that can only be done by yourself that, you really should take advantage of when you got that time.
For sure. Like, not just to highlight the importance of privacy. Like, I would say that personally, I think it's more important to be spending time in groups and doing
Totally.
these things.
Totally.
If I had to pick one over the other,
Yeah.
I would pick the group interaction. I think it's more.
I think group interaction is more beneficial in the whole. But if you were to look at extremes of either one, group would definitely win.
Yeah.
So because the other extreme is you spend all your time alone.
Yeah. I mean,
And that's
just actually not even possible. Like,
it's not even possible.
We're social beings.
It's not possible, but we're not talking, completely alone. But if you're spending 95% of your time alone, your only interaction with people is when you need to go to the supermarket, or or you got to.
And that's getting less and
yeah.
less. I mean, you could fucking order your groceries now.
Exactly. yeah, I think interaction with people is really important, but I think so is alone time. I think alone time is really important as well.
Yeah, yeah. It's all very important. It's hard to find the right balance, and there's
Totally.
no right answer. So
There is no right answer. I think
don't listen to us. We're just
Yeah.
fucking dabbling.
I said 20%. I don't even know if I'd get 20% alone time in,
Yeah,
in my week, but
yeah,
you know.
your ideal week, I guess. was
Yeah, yeah. I mean, to me, it's just when I'm alone is the easiest time for me to
really
write.
go through things.
Yeah, go through things and write music and think about stuff and all that.
Sweet.
Yep.
I think we're ready to close this out.
Cool.
If you
We've
didn't-
probably been going for
didn't
like
go with that, yeah.
10
I
hours.
think we've been going for like 20 of them.
Right. Shit. Okay.
Higher virtue test for you, sir. Do you understand how this works? Just
I do.
Option A or option B.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's just go through it then. OCD or hoard?
OCD, I reckon.
Comfort or adventure?
Adventure.
Compassion or competition?
Compassion.
Harmony or honesty?
Honesty.
Group or solo discussion?
Solo.
Purpose or pleasure?
Pleasure.
Happy and sad or content?
Happy and sad.
Question or answer?
Question.
Power to the individual or power to the group?
Power to the group.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Nice one. Hey, thanks, man.
Thank you for having me.
Skelter, where can we find?
Skelter, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram. What's our Instagram thing? Skelter Music.
Yeah,
At
Skelter
Skelter
Music,
Music. Skelter Band NZ, probably, on Facebook. Skelter on Spotify
Pretty
and
unique
Apple
name.
Music.
Yeah.
Yeah, Skelter.
Yeah.
Skelter. Check us out. We will be releasing new music
Very
soon,
soon.
and
And we are looking forward to
we
that.
are really looking forward to it. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Right, I really need to pee.
Me too.
If you didn't get to that from all my fucking
Yep.
weird movements.
Let's get this
See you,
done.
folks.
Bye, guys.